A smart life generation is arising, an army of reformers, city changers, nation shakers, history makers. Join this revolution. Join the Reformation now. To enlist, you must take a journey on the Smart Life bus. Don't miss the trip of a lifetime. Jump on board, enjoy the ride, and have lots of fun in the process. This matter is very close to my heart because I believe as we all stand and work together, we can contribute to relationship and sexuality restoration, to a revolution, to a reformation. It is important to note that Smart Life utilizes a multi-level community approach. The term educators therefore includes parents, caregivers, guardians, teachers, social workers, counselors, health and medical personnel, etc. Everyone who works with and cares for children and young people, so that we all are skilled in providing content that is age and phase appropriate in a sensitive manner, and so that an entire community speaks the same language, the same design, blueprint, and purpose. Remember, it takes a whole village to raise a child. The following quotes are emphasized in the program. Youth, who compose a majority of the population of the world, if empowered, can change a mindset, a perspective, and even a culture. Rommel Abatria. Great changes in the destiny of mankind can be effected only in the minds of little children. Sir Herbert Reed. By empowering our children and young people, imparting these principles into their hearts, it will contribute to a relationship and sexuality reformation and be perpetuated throughout the next generations. A smart life movement. Another quote that is often mentioned is the one by Buckminster Fuller, who stated that you never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. For me, again, this is a heart issue and should be for all of us as educators. Although the what is important, the how is even more important. Yes, we need to provide accurate age and phase appropriate education, but to do it in such a way that we protect the child's right to innocence and we do not harm the child. Untold damage can be caused if educators or presenters do not understand how sensitive these topics can be for children. Remember, the children sitting in front of you can be at different readiness levels in terms of what they know or have been exposed to or experienced. You do not know if a child has been sexually abused, been sexually active, or if a child has ever been exposed to any such content. It is important to remind ourselves that we as teachers are educators in loco parentis. When children are entrusted by parents to a school, the parents delegate to the school certain responsibilities for their children, and the school has certain liabilities. The educator's oath reflects the noble calling of their profession. So although parents are the primary educators of their children, this is their responsibility, their right and prerogative. They work hand in hand with educators in the school, which is an extension of the home, implying that their education would be in line with the culture and values of the majority of the parents in a community, always teaching that which is in the best interest of the child, always with the aim to protect the child and to never harm the child. The Smart Life model is based on the following principles: behavior change principles, character development principles, sexuality education principles, a balanced approach between information, values and skills, a multi-level approach. However, I would like to briefly highlight character building and sexuality education. How do you build character? Smart choices is based on the premise that change from within a person. Building a person's character will affect their outward, their social behavior. It's a heart matter. You develop good character by making right choices in difficult situations. You determine what is right and wrong, and then to choose the right thing no matter what. To make right choices consistently over time. This does not happen naturally. It takes lots of practice to develop good character. It takes courage. It is a process. There will always be areas in our lives where we need to learn and grow. To learn from wrong choices and then make better choices in the future. You learned that there is a difference between sexuality education and sex information. Sex information can be dangerous and damage a child. Attitudes, values, and skills form a very important part of sexuality education. That sexuality education starts at birth and that during each phase of development there are certain developmental tasks that have to be accomplished by children. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Smart Choices program now. The Smart Choices program is based on 2 SMART themes. Smart Choices for a Smart Life and Smart Choices for Smart Safety. If we look at Smart Choices equals a smart life. Smart values will guide you to make smart choices. Making smart choices consistently over time will build smart character. Smart character will assist towards attaining a smart life, and that will contribute towards a smart destiny. That was the first theme. The second theme is smart choices for smart safety. 2 main safety principles. Principles 1, the right to feel safe. We all have the right to feel safe at all times. Principle number 2, the right to tell. We can talk with someone about anything, no matter what it is. This is very important. The program is based on 12 core SMART messages or themes or categories. Number 1, I make smart choices for a smart life. I reach for smart dreams and destiny. I achieve smart goals. I choose smart freedom. I practice a smart lifestyle. I build smart character. I develop smart relationships. I apply smart life skills. I maintain smart health. I take smart care of my body. I have the right to smart safety. I have the right to smart help. I want to start slowing down the bus by talking to you about some crucial aspects. Relationship and sexuality education is a specialized field within education. It is not like any other subject, for example, geography, maths. It's even not like life orientation. When presenting sexuality education, you are treading on ground that is very personal and sensitive to a child. The overarching aim is relationship health, wellness and wholeness, physically, emotionally, mentally, socially, and spiritually. I will reiterate that the child's right to innocence should be protected at all times. The child should never be harmed. Under no circumstances should explicit case studies, examples, activities be utilized or techniques be taught that can confuse, cause distortion and harm the child. Sensitive issues are not avoided, but are addressed in an age and phase appropriate and sensitive manner. Remember we said it is the how that is crucial. Scare tactics or moralistic, judgmental approaches are ineffective. Any person who does not understand educationally sound relationship and sexuality education does not realize the untold harm and damage that can be caused by inappropriate programs that subtly impose distorted values as well as lead to the early sexualization of children. It is imperative, therefore, to teach sound, responsible relationship and sexuality education principles and concepts, so that when children are exposed to distortion that are not in line with their parents' and culture's values through the media, friends, or programs, they instantly recognize it. Children should be immunized with the truth so that they immediately recognize the counterfeit. This can only be done by educators that have been equipped and are skilled in presenting sexuality education. I want to talk to you about smart choices and the school curriculum. In our case in South Africa, we talk about CAPS, the National Curriculum and Assessment Policy Statement. The curriculum contains programs from grade R to grade 9 and is aligned with CAPS, with the outcomes and the topics of CAPS. The grade 10 and 12 is aligned with the broader outcomes of CAPS. The purpose is to supplement and complement the life skills and life orientation learning program in any school by teaching specific relationship and sexuality education principles. Scripted lesson plans are there for the educators containing activities, and all of this is in line with life skills and life orientation annual teaching plans. There are smart lesson overviews and guidelines to help to present the activities, and they are indicated for each lesson. The programs contain sequential building blocks. Each lesson forms a building block for the next lesson, and therefore it is imperative that lessons be taught sequentially. The time allocation for each lesson is 60 minutes, or 2 periods of 30 minutes each. The curriculum can also be taught as a day program or a 2 or 3 day program, depending on what the school allows, or even on a Saturday. This is a very effective approach, and we have had great results when it is taught as a day program. The assessment. The activities and discussions are informally assessed during discussions and activities. Peer, self-educator assessment and worksheets can be completed. A worksheet for formal assessment is indicated after each segment. Educators can allocate marks according to the broader assessment of life skills and life orientation. Parent and caregiver involvement discussions about the topics in the workbooks with the learners are crucial. Learners will then further internalize the principles that they've learned, and this will enhance communication between parents and their children. In conclusion, sexuality is an amazing and very special gift. Let us as educators guard children's right to innocence and endeavour never to harm them. Let us as educators guide and assist learners to celebrate, cherish, appreciate, care and protect their sexuality. Assist them to attain relationship and sexual health, wellness, well-being and wholeness. Protect them from physical, emotional and spiritual consequences resulting from unsmart, unwise choices. Equip and empower them to enter adulthood living wholesome and fulfilled lives. What a wonderful privilege. A global relationship and sexuality restoration for all nations, part of a global reformation. Will you join the Smart Life movement? Restoring, transforming, reforming one person, one family, one community, one society, one country, one nation at a time. And finally, a changed world. Lighting small fires everywhere till they become a mighty inferno. Small streams until it becomes a mighty river. I'd like to end off with this that is so profound. When I was a young man, I wanted to change the world. I found it was difficult to change the world, so I tried to change my nation. When I found I couldn't change the nation, I began to focus on my town. I couldn't change the town as an older man. I tried to change my family. Now, as an old man, I realized the only thing I can change is myself. And suddenly I realized that if long ago I had changed myself, I could have made an impact on my family and I could have made an impact on our town. Their impact could have changed the nation, and I could indeed have changed the world. Educators, change starts with you and I. The answer is in our hands.